Hi guys, welcome to the show. As usual on Thursday we have our Odoo Insider moment where we try to answer all the questions you may have around Odoo, sales, functional, technical, with the best of my knowledge. I'm not an expert in everything, but I know Odoo a bit here and there. So I will be trying to help you and answer what you have here in your bag of questions. So don't hesitate to ask me on LinkedIn or on YouTube. And we see live how, if I were to receive this from a client or a partner, I would answer those ones. So you can shoot. We already have first question that is quite unusual, but very, very interesting. That is here on LinkedIn. It's a bit long. So if you are watching this from YouTube, I'm going to summarize it for you. We have someone that is asking, that is saying, okay, we had a first bad experience with Odoo for the following reason. We had a 10-month trial of the Odoo system. We had then an incident where our customer data stored in the system was used without our permission. An Odoo sales consultant contacted our customer directly using their data stored in our pilot database within the platform and offered them individual Odoo services. So after that, some explanation about how this is unprofessional. And I must say here, if it were true, I would agree. I'm not sure that it is exactly what happened, although you can have the same result in different ways. I'm going to explain that. Based on this experience, we believe Odoo is unreliable regarding data privacy protection, and we warn company considering using the system not to risk using it before fully ensuring security and confidentiality guarantees. So what we do have on Odoo, I can show my environment here, a few ones on Odoo SH or on Odoo online. We have a place where you can see every connection that is happening to your database and environment. So there's no way while I have maybe one of the highest support levels, there's no way I can escape the fact that people are going to see when I connect to their environment. I'm going here to show it on Odoo SH. Here on Odoo SH, if I were to connect, you see here I'm connected to my project. It's a project I use for testing and particularly for this session of Odoo Insider. When I go there and I'm connecting, you see when I connected and with which user. There I have my Odoo user account and there I have my regular account on here with GitHub. It's maybe the opposite, by the way. It's rather the opposite. So this one Odoo account, this one GitHub account. So I can impersonate myself. It's a bit weird, but that's what happens here when you see the audit logs. I could impersonate, and I do it from time to time. I impersonate partners because I need to access the environment on Odoo SH because I need to help them. And usually, that is no secret because when they send a message to our support, implicitly, we don't always ask, but we say, okay, we are going to connect to your staging environment. We don't say, do you agree? Because most of the time they ask us to do so. So we don't even have to explain that. But through the process of connecting to a database that is not ours, so not a client that we serve directly as Odoo, there is a window in which we need to explain why we connect to the database. And usually, either we put some text and we explain, I'm connecting because of this, blah, 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 or we do something different. And I can show that window because I think there's no secret there. If I try to connect to you, let's imagine this one. Yeah, that is on the SaaS. You will see you have the access log as well. You can see who connected and what happened. By the way, you can ask that nobody can connect to your database, so not even someone from the support. I will see if I can show that. And if I want to reuse this one, for example, the database that I've been using the other days, going there, I'm connected here because that is my database. I'm identified, but if I want to access the support level, usually before accessing this, I have a place where I need to explain why I want to access this database. Okay, so usually we put the support ticket number so that if someone says, okay, why did you connect? We take the support ticket number, then we have a look at the ticket and we remember, yes, it was for that reason that I connected. And usually when it's a support ticket, it's because we are being asked to do so. Those are the interfaces on Odoo SH and on the SaaS through which you go for connecting to a user environment or partner environment that we have on Odoo. As a client or as a partner, you can track that. So there's no way you can escape it. If I connect, I don't have accesses in Odoo to remove that, and nobody does. Maybe I am thinking of one person that maybe has it. I'm pretty sure that even Fabien doesn't have it. He wouldn't need it or use it in a way, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have it. So why does this matter in the discussion? Because in fact, when people claim, okay, you've been to my database and you stole data, it's so true because we can prove it. We have logs showing it. You can also make people not being able to connect even through the support access. So you can ask those kind of things and it works. If it's on premise, I'm not even going on discussions on how it would be possible for us to connect on premise because usually, unless you send us the password and the user login, it's impossible. And sometimes you have VPNs and extra layers of security, so I'm not going into that direction, but I suppose that the claim here was on our own servers, for which, again, the accesses are logged. Now, that being said, there are other things, other reasons for which client contact us. Very often, as a partner, you go and you advertise Odoo because you are going to show Odoo to your client. And we have some clients that contact us also aside of a partner because they contact different partners and they also contact Odoo. So it may be why we enter in contact with clients while you are already working with them, sometimes for several weeks or months, and then they change ways. They go for another partner or they go for Odoo. And that is true, that is happening sometimes, but it's not done through a way of going to your database. I would be very curious to have the database information that you talk about. If you want, you can contact me on LinkedIn if you want to discuss that and have a look at your exact case, because I'm not going to, of course, even if you send it now, I'm not going to show the database. It would be wrong. I would be, again, going into the information that you want to hide. So that is something you can do. I believe that I'm with Arthur today. He's going to maybe ping me or put the name, but I often comment on the videos here. So I guess you already have my LinkedIn user. So that is it. You can contact me if you want to follow up with that. But I think it was a good, weirdly enough, it was a good first question because it allows us to explain why those kind of things are not violated at Odoo. I have another point about that also. We are SOC 1 and 2 certified, and those kind of things we cannot do. Will be certified ISO soon, so you can imagine that it is strictly forbidden and prohibited, those kind of things. So I would say no worries. I'm sorry that you have the impression that it was done, but I can assure you it was not. Now, if you have logs showing otherwise, I would be glad to discuss this. Okay, other question from Sheikh Rehan. Can I restrict out of stock sale in the POS? I'm not sure. We can have a look. I know we have that for the website. So we have it for e-commerce, yes, indeed. So if I go on the product, that's maybe where I should start. Do I have e-commerce here? Yes, I have a website. I suppose I have e-commerce. If I go on any product here, maybe not this one, it's a service. Bomb product, I guess it's a good. Okay. There you have out of stock continuous selling, but you see it's in e-commerce, and that, I'm not saying that that alone shows it's only related to e-commerce, but chances are quite high it would be related to e-commerce only. Then you have here, if I select point of sale, do we have the same? You see no. And why don't we have that? It's usually for the following reason. When people are in a point of sale environment, they are with a good in their hands. So not always. In a restaurant's case, it's not exactly that. But when you have a shop, people come with the goods, so there's no way of checking the stock. They have it in the hand, so it means that maybe your stock is wrong if the stock would be showing something negative or equal to 0. But you have the good, you scan it, so obviously the person is going to leave your shop with it. In terms of restaurant, especially if you have something like a QR code or a moment where people are going to ask for something they don't have, they don't see, maybe you could be wrong and show items that are not available anymore. In that case, you have following solutions. Archiving temporarily a product, but then if you archive it for several POSes at the same time, because then that would mean archiving the product in general. So you would have it, if you have 2 POSes, the product won't show neither on the first one or the second one, or a bit of development to have those kind of things being added onto the POS. But then it means that you need to check the stock location attached to the POS. So it's a bit more complicated than this. I can, just to be sure, I can have a look at also the point of sales settings that we would have if I were to create a first new shop. Okay, shop 1. Okay, I can even say it's a bar. Let's go. Yes. Taking a bit of time. And we are going to check, but in the options there's nothing that reminds me of product. So restricting categories. So maybe you can move the product in another category, which are ones for which things are not available anymore. But that's not exactly what you want. You could have the same end effect, but it wouldn't be exactly sales, non-payment pricing, bills, no, the rest. Maybe there's some inventory thing, ship letter, barcode, nope. So a bit of development or, no, not or, that would be a bit of development. I'm curious about if you can have those kind of things, if you go here and you check, let's imagine we go for point of sale and we check for stock. Okay, it's a bit long, but I see it's loading. Yeah, you see you have a few additions like this one. It's not exactly that, but it's showing the stock quantities on the POS. So that you would see, okay, there's none. So let's not take it. So you have a few things that were done, like POS stock sync. So you have a few that maybe you can test. I should also say that maybe one of the reasons why it's not there in standard, it is we want to have a POS, I think it's still the case, that works when you are disconnected. So if you don't have access to your server at the moment, you want your stock to your POS to still be running, and as the stock is going to evolve during a session of the POS, that would mean that every time if we want to take that into account, we need to ask after each ticket, okay, what's the stock level, or let's say change the stock level with everything that is in the customer basket, remove it from the stock because you obviously there's less in the stock now than there was before my customer came to the cash drawer. So, but then you need to have the synchronization or at least a contact with the server to have this, and if it's not that, you need to also load stock levels on the browser the same way we load some other information like price list and things like that. But the stock, it's something that really changes a lot compared to the price list. Usually it doesn't change during the day, or a few other things that we don't know, like the product, they don't change during the day. Customers, it depends. You can add new ones or use existing ones, but it doesn't change as much as the stock. So that's why we don't have it. It's the idea of having something that can be working while it's not connected to the server. Okay, I see in the meantime, but it's a very long text as well, the reply from the person we were discussing with during the first discussion about data privacy. Let me check. No, it's not exactly that. Wait a second. Okay, I'm going to read it aloud. I'm sorry for the ones. I think that is on LinkedIn as well. from Ratnakumar Ramdas. I'm a registered Odoo accountant in Australia, but when one of my clients wants to add me as their accountant, they were not able to add the registered accountant as free. Odoo websites, and when I had a chat with Odoo representative, they said registered accountant can be added to client, Odoo free to support them, but it is not working actually. Client has to pay for user licenses to add the accountant, which is adding more cost to the client. Below is the reply I received from a ticket raised on this. Accounting firms do benefit from free users, however, it is only available to a database Odoo Online, as the connection is made via the odoo.com account. User self-hosted on-premise or Odoo SH will not be able to benefit from the free fiduciary user. Clients can still add their fiduciary user to the database if their assistance is required, however, this will increase the subscription cost. Hope this helps and remains attentive to your question, blah, blah. Okay, it is true. Maybe I can add extra information about this. In fact, what we do have is a fiduciary offer. That's few things. I don't think we discussed that last week with Winand. Winand, by the way, is, I would call him the responsible of the fiduciary offer, among other things. So if you type Odoo fiduciary, yes, you will have, it's not even that, that is here. Oh, nope, that's the course on the accounting firms. Let me check. Okay, I think I have the link, it's odoo.com. Is it accounting firms? Accounting firms. Yes, so there you have filters for Belgium, you have the accounting firms, and all those people, they go and they use Odoo in one particular mode, that is the following. They go on odoo.com/trial, they create a new database, and when they create a new database, what they do is they do the following. They select accounting and documents, although it says that it's leaving the free unlimited mode, we accept this. So accounting and document, technically it's even invoicing with it. So those three ones, that's maybe something that we should improve. While we have three selected apps for fiduciary, we accept having this for free. But if you select this and maybe some other application, and that your client says, I would like to add an extra user that is my accountant, indeed you are going to the client is going to pay for that extra user. One quick reason for that is that if we don't do this, from one day to the other, everyone will have his accountant user using Odoo. How can we check that it is really the accountant user, knowing that we at the same time need to respect data privacy? It's either, if we want to do what you want, we need to relax one of the constraints. But if we cannot know who are the users of the database and who they are, their profession, that indeed they are registered accountant, there's no way I could say that you, when connecting to a database, you are indeed something as a free user because you'd like to have a free account. So that being said, if tomorrow we say, okay, those kind of users are free, people will exploit this and say, oh, from one day to the next, everyone will have those kind of free users. And if we do it for fiduciaries, why don't we do that for other professions? So it's a user like any other other user. So that's why you are going to have that user cost. If you say, yeah, but I have a temporary mission, then that's all right. You can have someone that creates a user and archives it when they don't need it anymore. So you can go there. Thanks, Arthur. You can go there, ask for an extra user. You connect, you do your job as an accountant, you leave, and you archive, you ask the person to archive the user. And if you tell me, yeah, but I need to have a permanent user, then that's the reason why you have to pay for it. So exception is, you are a fiduciary, your client is using Odoo in free mode, and your extra user is free, like any other user. So that's how it works with the accounts that we have online. There's another question from on LinkedIn as well. Ous Al-Khatib. Is there any legit way to allow AI agent to access the SaaS offering? Yes, but I'm not sure about your question because in fact, I don't know if you want AI agent to access it from the outside and connect to your environment, or if you mean I would like to use the new feature of Odoo that is using AI agents by adding it here. Having the AI button and configuring your own agents on Odoo, in which case that is possible. I'm showing it right now. I think it started in SaaS 18.2, something like this. I'm not super familiar with the AI tool that we propose. I think that Fabien is showing a lot on LinkedIn, and I really need to catch up with that. I cannot say trend anymore because it's not a trend; it's a real thing. From the outside. Okay, from the outside. You said, thanks Arthur. You say from the outside, yes, it is possible because you can, with an AI agent, connect to Odoo. If I do Odoo external API, there you go, you have the documentation. And it explains how you can connect. And your agent can connect with user login and password, because like any other user, he has access to your Odoo database as long as he has a user. So you could be programming your chatbot or any other AI agent to connect from time to time to a database, retrieve information. So that you can do. There's no issue. You just have to familiarize yourself with the external APIs so that you create the correct calls. And also know what is the data model of Odoo, because I guess that you need to help that intelligent agent so that they know where to look in the database, unless you have something that is always exactly the same, retrieving the same type of information. But so otherwise, your question is it possible? Yes, it is, like any other user. Another question from YouTube, Shiva Prasad, is asking, with a two-step delivery process, pick plus delivery in sales, with products tracked by serial numbers assigned during manufacturing. If the wrong serial number is picked and the transfer is validated, how can we return or exchange it at the pick stage without proceeding to the delivery stage? That's interesting. I don't know, but we can have a look. Let me check. I'm on 18.4 again. Let's remove this. Let's go in debug mode, and I'm going to add the things that we need. I don't know if you've read the routes up. Just using this should be enough. In terms of settings, I'm going in my warehouse. I have only one. I will call it main warehouse. And I'm going to say that we receive, it's a reception, right? No, in sales. Yes, okay, and transfer, yeah. So I'm going to use both, in fact. So that's what we have. So now I'm shipping in two different steps. We can have first look and create a new product right here. Calling it, let's say, so we say serial number. I will call it serial number product. And we are going to say that we want to track it. And here it's missing, so I need also to add that in my inventory. Configuration, serial numbers, okay, blah, 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 blah. It's all right. Let's go back to my product. I have my serial number product. I'm going to say I want to manage it by unique serial number. No, it's okay, because I didn't, you see, I can change that track inventory simply because I don't have yet product in the stock, but you know that if you have product in the stock and you want to change the track inventory, it can lead to mistakes simply because Odoo is going to say, yeah, but you say it should be managed uniquely, but I already have 10 in my stock, so please fix them in the stock before you change the inventory method here. So we could update what we have in the stock. I'm going to create two products. So we have serial order number 1. All right, we have then serial order number 2. Okay, that is good. And we are going to deliver number 1 while we should have been delivering number 2. Let's go here. Let's create a new sale order for customer. So it was, what did we say? Serial number product. Oops, nope. All right, there we have it. We confirm. So on the delivery, we have stock output as expected. I'm going to check the serial number. Okay, it's taking 001. I validate that. And then you say here, I would like, if I'm understanding correctly, we use a two-step delivery process, return exchange at the pick stage. So you can return. So here's a pick. You can return it. You go here. If I say return or return all is the same, we have only one quantity. 0, yeah, non-zero quantity. Okay, return. All right, there we received it again. Well, not yet. I need to validate that. So going here, you have a third delivery because Odoo understood. Hey, no, it's not it understood. We still have the one that is waiting here. So I would need, because we did what? We did this one and this one. So first one is the picking operation, and there is a return of the picking. So what would be missing then, maybe in what we have here, would be to recreate this one so that we indeed shop it there. Here, if I go to the details, there is no serial number mentioned. So what you would need to do is maybe take this one. I will duplicate and see if that would work. Let's duplicate and let's say I want a different serial number. And by the way, you see this one is available. Okay, I'm selecting number 2. All right. Now, if I go back here, this one is ready, and that's what you have. You have here no serial number, so I can remove it, and this one with serial number 2. Yes. Okay. So it cannot be deleted, but it's 0 quantity. We'll see if there's a way we can proceed, and then I say no backorder. And then we have processed it. It's just like you still have the trace of this one, which is a prior one, but you could receive the number 1 and reship the number 2 correctly. So there is another question, like follow-up of Aus Al-Khatib on the AI agent. I'm following the step, but I'm getting a blank screen every time due to CAPTCHA. I will need to check this because you don't always need a CAPTCHA to connect with the API. So I don't know why you have this. Plus, usually when you connect with the API, there's no CAPTCHA being mentioned, because CAPTCHA is to verify that you are a human, and when you connect with the API, you are not a human. You have developed it, and you want to automate that kind of stuff. So I don't see where you have that CAPTCHA thing, Aus Al-Khatib. So can you guide me eventually in the steps that you have and how you make it connect to Odoo? Because I suppose that is something that I'm missing here in the explanation. I can maybe show you a quick thing. Because I think that I have a file somewhere. I need to load it on my other computer because I guess that inside I have a few things that are with maybe a API key, even though it's on a not so much important database. But I'm trying to see if we have that API. Yes, here. Okay. I'm going to add an extra thing here. Okay, that's one. So you have examples, but you can connect, for example, to some database. Here I have my Odoo import thing, that is another database that I use with some information that I'm going to request to Odoo, and at no point doing this, as you have a password that is the API key, you connect, you do it through Python code, so you don't have an interface to put a CAPTCHA. So I'm not sure how you could have that if your goal is to have an AI agent connecting to Odoo, but maybe you do it through another system. I don't know, so please don't hesitate to reply and give us a bit more information. We have from LinkedIn Elena saying, I attended the Odoo business show in Sydney this week and it was very informative, thank you. I don't have anything to do with that. I will take the credit for it, or but so I will say to the guys that participated to Sydney, we have the office on the Gold Coast, but I guess those are the ones that moved to Sydney to have the roadshow. By the way, that's if you want to know if there's a roadshow happening next to your place, one thing that you can do is go on odoo.com/events, and there you will find everything, roadshows. Of course, the main event, I forgot to mention it, but it's the Odoo Experience, Best Place on Earth, between 18 and 20 of September. Then you have a few roadshows or trainings. That is also something that in which we invested a lot. People don't realize that, but we have lots of those ones. Here it's in French. It's I'm sorry, but it's in Luxembourg, so that's maybe why we say formation instead of training. But it's accounting training that we offer. There are lots of entry-level training that we give. So those ones, particularly in Europe, but I see here we have the same here in Dubai, UAE. When we have an office that has been there for a few years, we tend to create those kind of courses so that we educate people using Odoo. It's for partners that want to start, so entry level, and people that don't have knowledge on Odoo, and we train them on the invoicing, accounting, manufacturing. It's not expert level. For that, we have the master classes that you will find right here, odoo.com/slides. Those master classes, you have them here, like how to be a good technical consultant when you are functional. Here we have same, it's smart class, but our master class is the same. One about marketing. So all those things can be followed online or on site, but given by a trainer, and that is paid service. But otherwise, entry level, onboarding level, you have everything there. And so if you're interested, in addition to the roadshows that we organize, I'm saying roadshow, but now we call it business show. So business show. Whoop. I guess I'm going to find, maybe we have it. Yeah, I should have used the type here, business show would have been worked better. So those are the ones that we will have. We have really business shows everywhere in the world. You see, we have 14 pages of business shows being scheduled. So it's really a place where we see our clients, we see our partners, we discuss, we show, we propagate our brand. We generate leads, traction. That's one thing that is really excellent. I participated to many of them a few years ago, and it was always a real pleasure to show the tool that we love to an attendance that is really interested. So thanks to you for the nice comment, and I will forward that to the guys that made the Sydney Roadshow. Okay, another question. LinkedIn, Ricardo is asking, good morning. For the e-commerce that operate internationally, is there any integration with tax management solution? I see the integration integrating, but I guess it's maybe some typo with tax management solution. Yes, we have, but first, I should say that Odoo can manage your taxes. You have the tax report at least, and you can find all information about your taxes in the journal items that you are going to generate, whatever the country you are in. So if you use, I will take our example, we have offices around the world, we have something like between 15 or 20 in lots of different countries, and every different country that own set of taxes, own maybe way of reporting for the taxes. Here in the tax report, if you have several countries, you will see that here you will have a report per countries that you can select. And if you ask me, okay, tax management solution, here it's not specifically management, but it's tax reporting. And if we have reporting, that's because we can manage the taxes through tax group, tax units, taxes here. When you have several countries, you will have that list growing because you have lots of different tax rates, but it won't be growing per company, but because you have several companies. So Odoo can make that tax management. If you mean, no, I would like to have something that allows me to, how do we call that, optimize things, then I guess that most of the time it's exporting in CSV and importing in a tax solution. Because that we don't have directly in Odoo. If it's optimization between taxes of different countries, where to create an invoice from one country to the other to, let's say, avoid taxes or pay less taxes, that we don't have directly in Odoo. But you could export that information that you have in Odoo and put it inside your other software. We don't have an integration that is true. So you know me by now. We can always go and have a look at here the apps, but looking for something that is related to the taxes management, it may lead, I think, to lots of different false positives, because it's going to find lots of extra tax things in Odoo that are improvement to the tax system that we have, but it doesn't mean that it would be a tax optimization. But I strongly believe that those kind of things are better done with exporting information from Odoo and loading it in that other place. Tax optimizer Odoo. Do we have something like this? No, you'll find lots of things to to manage the taxes in Odoo, but maybe not that kind of tool. But I'm not sure that's what you're asking, but I suppose that's the direction you would like to go. So that's why I'm saying this. All right. What else do we have? We have on YouTube, Isakai is asking, hello, will Odoo ever implement hotel management tools and reservation? Yes, because I would be astonished that we will consider we will never do it. So that's my take. Don't take it for granted, but I would think that somehow, so one day, we will venture there. If we go in the industry stuff that we propose on odoo.com/industries, do we have the industry? Is this? Nope, but we can go there, industries, and browse them all. Do we have something? I think we did a test a few weeks ago, and if I type hotel, we don't find anything, because I think it's quite complicated to manage, but we have some people that already thought about that on apps.odoo.com. Again, if you type hotel, you are going to find a few. Hotel right here. You have a few that are paid, but you have a few free versions here. I don't know the quality of it. Hotel management is there also from the Oka. Okay, good. So, but it stops in version 16. So that's maybe something I suppose that's something they stopped. But that's weird because we have the same here. Maybe that's nope, 10. So I'm looking for free ones. I know that I have a few ones that are free. In fact, I should do faster and check versions. Oops. Yes, 18 here. All right. That's maybe this one that I installed at some point. We can try. We can deploy on Odoo SH. I'm going to select my thing here. Continue. Okay, authorize on GitHub. There we have it. Is it this one? No, it's from 8 days ago. Let me check that again. Up. I'm going to redo it. Okay. Deploy on SH. All right. Right here. And that's one way. One other thing that we would like to do is we have lots of applications that are on apps.odoo.com, and one of the things I would like to do is go to partners and ask them, okay, guys, there are lots of paid applications we would like to test live. Please send me the code, and I would be able to test it live right here, so that we can explore a few things that are done in the community that are not like purely Odoo standard. So deviating a little bit from the quick start methodology and what we advocate for smaller projects, but still be able to propose. I'm going to move it to staging. Can I? No, it's true. I need to remove this one. Yeah, drop and move that hotel management here. I'm in trial mode, so I think I only have one staging environment available. So moving this there, we'll see what it does. I know that maybe here in the master I made a few tests, so I'm curious about something, which is the following. I think it will be maybe impossible to start the database since I don't have the modules that I have on the master on my hotel management. We'll see. No, it's okay. The database is empty, so I should be able to connect. All right, and see if I can install it straight away. Okay. Right there. So if I type hotel, we are not going to find anything, I guess. Yeah, because I need first to update the apps list. Let's retry that. Yeah, no, I find it, hotel management Odoo. Let's see if this works. It should be, because it was version 18, so that is it. I don't know what it brings in terms of features. So maybe we'll find some booking things, maybe we'll find some amenities, some extra product way of handling things, new views with a calendar. I really don't know what to expect, but just quickly showing you that here, those kind of things, you can test it yourself. It will take a bit of time because maybe we have a long list of dependencies to add. I see it's already loading. It's good. Okay, and then you have some hotel management, you have reservation here, room booking for customer. All right. That is not good. We just test and we have already some problem here with precision rounding. So that's the kind of thing I don't like, which is we test something and then directly we have an issue here, but can we fix that? Precision rounding in float utility. Okay, I don't know why we have this, and it's going to be potentially deep in Odoo. Is there something that we have to fix on our side before rooms, services, floors? Let's try to find a few things. Room 1 on or room 1, 2 on floor 1. So you see you have new objects that allow you to manage floors, rooms, types of rooms that I guess you can change. Here I don't see room types. Do we have room types? Because here I see single dormitory, but I suppose there will be some other ways to define it. No, it's a selection. Okay, it's a selection, so it's fixed. You have the rent amount, the customer taxes, amenities. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do we have? We have Wi-Fi. All right. Let's retry if it was something that was related to this, but I doubt, knowing the error that we received. So if I'm adding here, nope. So there's maybe a price list I should add. Okay. That's maybe why. Okay, all products. Yes, we have a price list now. Yes, that was it. Okay, so I guess we were sending information, but without some price list, and that's why we had some issue with accuracy, because there was no number received. Maybe. Okay, so those kind of things. It's not great because you can have the same experience as I have. You want to test it and you have an error simply because you forgot to use this here. But that's all right. You have check-in, check-out. If people are at the moment in the process, if the reservation is made, what else do you have? No Kanban view here. Some food that you can add, some vehicles, room booking. Okay, that's for the reporting. But let's check that. Okay, check-in. All right, check-out. It's just for rooms. Okay, if I don't know the PDF, what do we have? I don't know what to expect. That's kind of thing that you can do for everything that is extra modules that are free. You can test them like this on Odoo SH. You can see how quickly it is done. At least it takes me like 5 minutes max to be able to connect and to install and to test directly. And it looks like this comes with the dependencies that we have here. We can have a look also at the amount of lines that it generates in terms of apps. So it was, we said hotel in version 18. Hotel management Odoo, which one was it? Because it was free. Okay, it's taking a bit of time here. Open source, all right. Wait, I don't have the feeling it was one of those two. No, it was this one. Correct. Yes. Okay. Okay. Not even 4,000 lines. So I would say doesn't look like crazy. But then I have a feeling that when you go there, you see I installed this. So there's no link with the website, for example. So this hotel management, if I were to add the website of Odoo, I would need extra development to make rooms bookable from directly from the website, knowing that on our side, in a way, one thing that you can do is use Odoo in standard for that booking. And I'm astonished that we don't use that for promoting some industries that we could do maybe quickly. I'm not sure about the hotels, because you could do the following. Here, as you have appointments, you could have room appointments and ability then, because that we have in standard, to have people connecting and going on your website. Of course, you don't call that appointment, but you rather show the different places that you have, rooms, and or houses, if those are houses, and you click on book now, and you would book for several days. No, I think that we did that last time a few weeks ago, and the issue that we have is that it's I think it's per day. It's not like a huge several days span that you can use. So that appointments wouldn't work for this. We already made the test. I'm wrong in assuming this. Another possibility would be using maybe rental with services. Do we have that schedule product? Can we meeting room? Yes, that is okay. So maybe that would be rather the solution, knowing that rental we also have rental web shop thing. If I go on a shop, we had a meeting room that we could rent, correct? Yes, meeting room. Yeah, there you have this, and there you have a rental period. And where you would have the prices. So that's maybe where the direction you can go if you want some hotel reservation stuff, and listing the amenities also on the room. I'm pretty sure that people that need to have those kind of things need also to have an integration with Booking or the platforms, Airbnb, just to be sure that when people book on those platforms, it's done and sent automatically to Odoo. So that's a bit of an extra layer, but yeah. All right. Another question on LinkedIn from Elena. If I have set up a product initially when testing things out and did not set track inventory, but now I do want to set track inventory, how do I change this setting? I've played around with this product to test it, to test out the functionality. It's a real product that I need to work properly upon go live. Is there a way to purge it from the database so I can set it up fresh? I see that it was somebody answered already, but as it's done on the chat, I'm going to give you my answer. There's a yes and no, but mostly it's no. What you need to do is you need to duplicate the product and start fresh. You made your test, your product is well configured. What you can do is go here. So if you made some tests with a product, I think it's the one that we used earlier. Which one was it? It was the serial number product. I was telling you, yeah, if you want to change this, it's not going to work. Let me check. In that direction, it's okay, but going back here is going to tell me those kind of things. You cannot, or you have to assign things before you can proceed. If you have those kind of errors and you see you are blocked, what about doing this? You duplicate the product and you archive the previous one. So you do this, and the previous one that you have, that is the new one. That is the previous one. You can see it based on the date, and you say, okay, this one I archive. So at least you are not going to select that product anymore, and your product is configured correctly. For everything that is previous moves about that product, you don't care so much. You put the stock level at 0, and yes, you will have a database with a few tests, but that's unfortunate. You shouldn't do your test in a production environment. If you tell me that is what I would like to use as a production environment, then the first thing was to maybe work differently and only bring that product on your production environment when you know that the tests you performed are correct. So what we do internally is the following. If we were having those kind of cases, we would go on a production environment, put on the production environment what we know is correct, because we tested it on a test environment, show it to the client, double check with him if things are working correctly. When we need to create some flows, we do it on the test environment, and we only bring configuration items on the production one when we are sure of what we want to do or need to do. Okay, another question on YouTube from Shiva Prasad. My company is a subcontracting company. We receive raw materials from customers and send finished goods back to them. Is it possible to implement this process in Odoo? If yes, please show how. You can do that. The only thing is that you are going to consider your customer as a supplier as well, because we have a subcontracting workflow, but it's more like when you need to subcontract. The subcontracting that you have as a subcontractor yourself is a bit different, but it's, I think, easier to implement because you can have a product. You see, I have my BOM product and a raw material product. Your BOM product has here, do we have a bill of material? It is using the raw materials. And the same way that you are going to create that product to your supplier, to your customer/supplier, you could do the following. So let's imagine it's that company. I'm adding a product that is the BOM product. Because I'm doing this, I'm confirming it. It will generate a need and a BOM product. The only thing I need to check is if I have reordering rules. I don't, so I'm going to create a new one. Okay. Yeah, right there. I don't like that screen because every time when I do this, I want it to be saved. But yeah, it's a kit. Okay, made a problem here. Let's go back here. Let's put this as manufacturing. but we have sale order lines already using it. I'm going to create another BOM with the same product, but this time working with just raw material one. Okay, going back here, maybe what I could take care of is putting my the first one here, so that it's the first one being selected when I'm going to sell it. I'm going back to my sale order, recreating a new one right here, BOM product. Okay, let's confirm. Still my delivery. Now this one I can create a reordering rule that is saying this time, okay. Yes, in fact, it's saying that it's a kit, even though maybe I can select the bill of material here, so that I'm saying I cannot force it. That's unfortunate, that kind of thing, because in fact I have two BOMs, but one of which is not a kit. And here it considers, and I cannot change the bill of material, it considers that the kit one is the one that is going to be used. So I need to discard this, I will create a new one. That is something that is a strange use case, but maybe we should handle it. Goods, okay, quantity on hand, 0, alright, bill of material, let's redo it. BOM product 2, component, raw material, let's redo it again, alright, then let's go and create a sale order. Okay, BOM product 2, this time I need to go there. Again, have a reordering rule. Okay, I mean 0, okay. So, because I have this, I am going to have, going on my quote, confirming here, delivery order, we are going to generate, because of this, somehow a manufacturing order later. How can I do that? I can force it by going in the inventory and saying, okay, run the scheduler. Do we have something like now the fact that you want to produce it? I maybe forgot to mention that I wanted to produce it. It should be manufactured, so that's something that I need to say. Let's run the scheduler again. I see it's thinking a bit more, so as it thought a bit more, yes, you see here, that's the error that you got because we didn't have routes or ways of resupplying. I think that now that is solved. So do we have in the manufacturing my operations? We have this for BOM product 2. Great. So now what we need to do is purchase those goods, raw material 1, and explain that in fact those goods should be taken from, and I need to install the purchase application from my supplier that is the same person. So let's go here in the apps, check for purchase. It's not installed, we install it. And my goal is to say that, in fact, it's a lucky fluke, but we need to say that the way we want to purchase the raw materials are to the supplier, and it will be at a cost of 0, I suppose, because what you are going to do is receive it. Let's go here, the product that we wanted. You're going to receive it, use it, but at a cost of 0, prices, purchase, vendor, and we say Enrique again, and the quantity and the price will be 0. That's it. Let's go back to the products. General information cost is 0. Okay. So now, if I need some of those, I would like to buy them, and I'm going to say forecast. It's always going to be the exact same quantity that I want to order that is going to be received. So I can put a 0, 0, yeah, but here, okay, let's put 0, 0 again. Okay, all right. Now going back here, maybe I see already a first small issue in my reasoning is that it works when it's one client, but when you have several clients, you need to be sure that the purchase order is generated for the right supplier. So we'll get there. Because maybe we'll expect a bit of a small development. So because of this, if I restart here in my inventory, my procurement, I suppose that it's going to generate a purchase order, yes, to the same company that I need to produce it for. So we have a sale order and a purchase order for that company. It will become more tricky if the same product can be manufactured for different suppliers slash customers, because in that case, what you need to be sure of is that the right supplier will be selected. The sales relationship, so the customer, you choose it yourself. So what you need to be sure is that if I were to change and add for the same product another supplier, because that supplier is also another client, I will need to do two things. I will need to add here my second client. So let's say that Michel guy. All right, so we have a second entry. But as you can see, there's an order, so it's never going to be chosen unless we specifically ask for it. So if that's your use case and you have the same product being developed, or let's say produced for two different suppliers, the sales part is okay because it starts with a sale, your use case, I suppose, but the purchase side, you will have to change a little thing, which is how to select the purchaser. And that, unless I'm unfamiliar with Odoo on that aspect, and that there is a subcontracting workflow that we support as a subcontractor. We have the one where we use subcontractor, but here we are the subcontractor, and I'm not sure that we have this. The only thing that you need to fix is find the right vendor here to create the vendor. And if it's too complicated in terms of development, then do that manually and create your purchase order manually, because that's also a possibility. You do it based on the information that you get from your sales, and you could do that. But if you want to automate this, there's a way, but I don't remember where. I think that we have something in the code that is done somewhere so that the selection of that product supplier info, we prepared some job in the development so that you can add your own method of selection. And so I can maybe point or where you need to change that. What's the name of this? It's so it's supplier info. So if I remember well, that's the name of it. Let's have a look at that. Here, that's what I'm looking for, this thing here. I'm not in debug mode. I'm going in the debug mode just to see here the object that we have. Come on, guy. Okay. Product.supplier.info, yes. And that is what I need. That's where we define it. And I wonder if there's a place, it's very short. Compute price, unchange product, get product template. Is that the one? Get filtered supplier. I don't know if that's what we need to improve. Or is it on the product that we are going to do that? But definitely there's something where we are going to look for that information somewhere. Let me check that. On the product then. If it's not on the product, that's maybe on the product template. Compute product code, nope. Compute display name, that's not where we are going to find it. Get filtered sellers, that's maybe where we want it. So that we select the right select sellers. Yes, that's maybe where we do it. So that's maybe that place that you need to change. Just to be sure that you select always the right seller, and the right seller for you is the one for which you created that sale order. So you will need, I'm not sure it's exactly there, but you will need to find that function, potentially this one, and say, okay, the way Odoo selects the seller by default is not correct in my case. So you could change that or go manual and create the purchase order manually, because you created the sale order manually. You have the same quantities. That's also another way to do it. Okay, having a look at the other question that we have LinkedIn Rele Bohil. Sorry, I hope I really pronounce your names correctly. How is the future looking for Odoo in South Africa? I don't know, but I know you have to invite me there so that I can tell you. What do you think? I go to South Africa, right? I would love it. I don't know how it looks for South Africa. That's a question more like for Patrick, that is the head of in Kenya, because South Africa is managed by our Kenyan office at the moment. But I don't know what is the plan. I know it's a good place in terms of, first I would say sales, because it's a developed country in Africa that is bringing lots of new clients, but I don't know if there are particular plans. I was mentioning events last time. Pretty sure that if you go there on the odoo.com/events, I wouldn't be surprised that we would find some South African things. Yes, events here. So that's what you have. So apparently there's a bit of investment, and it's soon. So we have several roadshows there. We have 7, 4 in August and then 3 in December. So excellent. That's maybe one thing that you can already see. That's a lot. I can maybe compare with other countries. I'm going to try to find, let's say, completely different. I'm going to aim at Argentina. I'm trying to find one place where we don't have an office, but where we have an office close by. And I see Argentina, for example, we have 4 that are scheduled. Maybe it's soon. Yeah, it's soon. And that is good. But as you can see, we already have more scheduled in South Africa. So it's more than a few countries actually. So that's usually showing you, of course, the king is Belgium here because we have all the classes that we organize, and that we don't have in every country. But you see, it's not a bad position. So in terms of events, it looks like we invest a lot, and if we invest a lot in events, it means that we are interested because there is already a lot of traction. So I suppose that it looks bright, but I cannot tell you more about the specifics. A thing that you can have a look at is how much the localization is developed, but as we have already a lot of partners, that's also another thing. Odoo partners. If you have, here it's for the US, but if you have a look at other partners in South Africa again, yeah, it's also good because you see you have a lot of partners. So 22 is quite nice. So it also shows that there's a lot of interest there. So I suppose I would say it would be good for the next few months and years. Okay, next question. Where are we? Ashish is saying on LinkedIn, product has multiple attributes like color, size, fit. For what I have created different rows with the same ID. Now the issue I am facing is that I don't know how to upload different images for different colors of each product. Let me show you that, because I think that I can even reuse the demo environment for this, because I think that we have that info over there. Sales products. Okay. Which one do we have? The jeans, we have variants. And so if you go on the variants themselves, let me check if it can be sold on the website first. Product view jeans, sales is published, all right, on any website. Good. Categories, I will put it in the desk, we don't care so much. Okay, we will find it there. Blue jeans, and then we have the variants. And on the variants, I think that when you go there, you can change this one. I'm going to reuse always the same images, doing a bit of ad for favorite big fours. Okay, I'm using them all, so that's no jealousy here. All right, and let's check that. So if I go here in my demo tree environment in the shop, do I have my jeans? Yes, there I have it. And then you have the different images per jeans. So that's why you have this. Of course, you see here I have this. If I had several crossings like S blue, I would need maybe to put the same image in 2 different places compared to the other variants. So that's the first thing that you need to do. And what else do we have? For this, if you plan to have several images, you see you have also the extra variant here, so you can use that here for this one, PwC, but here I'm going to use just the 2 last ones over there. So those extra variants media. If I go on the website again, going the same place, same product. Okay, and then you have the, yes, you have also those things over there, which are maybe not the same as here. Yes, correct. So that's it. So that's the answer. Different products for different colors. You have to upload the images. It can be the one with the carousel or just the main one. It works for both. Another question on LinkedIn from Nilesh. Detailed and new videos demonstration with real-time use context. Thumbs up. Thanks a lot. That's the job, so don't hesitate if you have other questions. We are approaching the last one that we have in the pipe so far. YouTube saying, I'm that guy, I'm in yeah, that's his name, yeah. He's called I am that guy. In V18 Odoo Talks, it says sales quote have analytic account field in the info tab, but actually not there. We were using this option to assign analytic account for the documents in V17. When we contacted the support, they said this field is no longer available in V18. We can't ask the client to choose analytic distribution line by line for every quote. Is this a bug, or is there any workaround? It's not a bug. I think that's something that we want to align because analytic distribution is better in a way. It allows you to select several ones already from the from this moment. But how can you do that? As you have the last question at the moment, we can spend a bit more time on this one. That is cool. Let me check. Let's go in the accounting. Because it looks like I'm not using the analytic accounting. Okay. All right. Over there, let's save. We'll see what we have on the sale order now. Still my favorite guy here, some gold partnership stuff. Analytic distribution is here, and so you say, yeah, but I don't want to select them here, plus I don't have any information over there. Let me create a few plans and analytic accounts. Analytic, okay, or I should use plans instead of, or just project. All right. Because usually project they work also as analytic distribution. Okay, but I maybe need to create a plan for this. Yes, okay, plans. Do we have? Yeah, the problem is that it's long. Okay, I better go directly in the accounting. Accounting. Maybe I need to refresh this one. Or maybe I don't have the access in terms of analytic. Yeah, that was it. So analytic accounts, I can create a new one. Analytic one. And we are going to create analytic 2. All right. So there we go. Maybe what's bothering you is that I don't like to say this, we complexified it, but that's for good use. It's for being able to directly select. It's always the same widget. But if you say, yeah, I only want one, always the same, I wonder if there's not that notion of using analytic defaults. No, that's for the distribution. Let me check. So when the partner is this one and the product, so I said, which was the product I used? It was another one. Partnership. Then let's say we want this. Okay. Doing this, let's see if that is working if I create a new quote. Yes, so that is it. You see, that is maybe what can help in the selection. I'm that guy. If that's what you want, because you say I don't want to select it, but if it's client related or if it's product related or both, do that. And let's do something different. Let's select the same partner. Let's select the same product. So it was gold thing, but this time, no, not product, sorry, no product. I will use another product. And this time I will use another analytic account. So it's analytics 2 this time. And so if I go back here, let's use deposit, then analytics 2. So you see, by default, it is there. So That's the first answer. You can have it selected product per product just because it's a client. And if you say, yeah, but that's a new, it's a new client and my account is per client and I want to create the client at the same time as I'm creating the analytic distribution, well, the analytic default here, the thing that you can do is automate the fact that when you have a new customer and you save the quote, it should create analytic distribution here with the right account over there. So you could do that. That if in the case where you need to create it at the same time as you create the quote, you could do that at the moment where you exit the customer info. You could be doing this in the not in the back end, but in the automated actions that would work. Okay, so in the end, it was not a big deal. Let me know, I'm that guy, if that works for you. In the meantime, we have another question from David Sitali. I joined late, but how does one become a reseller? It is super easy. You are, it depends on the country that you are in, but anyway, it always starts the same way. You go on Odoo.com, become a partner. There you go. Right here, and you have a page and you can see the benefits. So learning already silver gold. So you always start in learning already, depending on if you are already certified or followed the PLO. There's a difference in terms of cost. Yes, it's not shown here, but this one is very cheap. Those ones are more expensive. But what matters is here, when you are ready, it means that you proved already that you could onboard users, that you have a project that is successful. So that is important for us to be able to advertise your good job. Then if you are aware of what is being done, you can have a look also at the dashboard that you will get after, or you are going to see your numbers, or you perform the commission rates, everything. So that's good. What you can do is click on schedule a call, and you schedule a call with someone from our local team. So here, for example, we are in Belgium. We have 2 languages. Well, we have 3 technically, but most important ones are those 2. So if I want to have a meeting in French, it will be here. A meeting in Dutch, it will be there. And I'm going to be called by one of the partnership team representatives. So those people, they know what is a partner program. They onboard new partners every month, several ones. I should say several hundreds. We have a partnership network that is growing a lot. So that's the first place where you need to go for receiving all the information you need, checking what is your place in the ecosystem, what you can do based on your knowledge, your experience, what kind of training you need to follow with us, when to start, all those kind of things you can discuss, and it will be a friendly relationship and discussion with our PR guys for PR for partnership recruitment. Okay. Ricardo Maya is asking a question that is similar just after. Yeah, I'm jumping to another question, but I love it. Who is the best person to reach out for strategic partnership? I would say it depends also of where you are. If you are located in Europe, that would be, I would say, Lisa Bradley. That maybe you can contact me on LinkedIn. I will put you in touch with her, so that you can start that discussion. You can simply, contact me on LinkedIn. I think it's the fastest way to do that. Other thing is, maybe when unless things changed, we don't have that many partnerships that are different than what we propose here. So it's really important to realize that when we talk about partners at Odoo, 99.9, maybe it's 99.99 of the partners that we have fall in these categories, and there are no other types of partnerships. So it's very important. I sometimes even received another one yesterday, someone asking me, okay, I would like to have a discussion with you, proposing me to go to a restaurant to discuss partnership opportunities. And I'm like, okay, but I don't have any say in partnerships of Odoo, and usually when people want this, they expect something from me, or that I'm paying them to become a partner of the solution, and Odoo never does that. So just to mention, I put it there because I'm making maybe you earn some time. I'm sure those kind of things usually almost never happen. Sometimes there are exceptions, but it's really important to realize this. But if you mean strategic and implementation partner, because that is the most important for us, it is you are partners that are going to implement the solution of Odoo. And you are bigger, so strategic, yes. But if it's another type of partnership, then I think that usually it's Odoo, Fabien, that is choosing. Like I'm giving you an example. We had also discussion with other people that wanted to become a new partner for hosting. We said, but sorry, hosting on our side is really a topic where we have our own dedicated teams that work with 2 suppliers, and we are not going to change. So those kind of things, for example, we don't change. Okay. Checking from YouTube, we have Raymond Corral. Oh, Verifactu in Spain will work. I don't know. I don't even know what is Verifactu. Let's have a look. Complete guy. What is Verifactu? You can tell me what is Verifactu, but I'm going to explain a few things. When we have things are legal, we comply. And especially since we have an office locally. So you may not know it, but we have an office in Valencia. So if there are taxes, things that we need to respect for the authorities, we'll have to do it because we have an office in Spain. So that's the first thing that you need to know. So let me check. Electronic billing system compliant with Verifactu, declaration of form of self-certification, blah, blah. Office recipients. Postponed. Okay, but that was it's a bit the discussion we had last week with the invoicing with Winon, right? Electronic invoicing is not meet. Okay, mandate. Structure requirement for computer electronic billing. Okay. Combat fraud. Blah blah. Yeah, I guess it's very very similar. Who must comply? All taxpayers. Exemptions, okay. How to comply. Modalities. Okay. So Spanish billing system requirements, data protection, blah 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 blah. Okay. I wonder how it is similar to PayPal. I wonder if it's similar. Do we have things where we discuss about both? Do we have something like PayPal here? Okay. Okay, just that they propose different things. But it's okay, they propose PayPal stuff here and they talk about Verifactu. Yeah. It looks like similar goal but done differently. Invoicing compliance. Okay, every time we find something, those are accounting related companies that have operations in, I suppose, Spain and other places, and so that's why they talk about both. I suppose we'll have it if you want. Do we have that? Maybe we have it in the release note. We have a few questions, but what I can do in that case is have a look at the R&D task that we have. I'm not going to show that on the screen, but just to check if we have something already. Odoo Verifactu. Yeah, we have a blog thing here. When was it posted? Let me check. But wait. 4 of August. Okay, but apparently it's quite fresh, this one. Advantages, blah blah, requirements, blah blah. How does it work? All right, there you go. You have the answer. We have it already. Apparently, Spain Verifactu. Okay. Cool. Let's have a look, but I guess that you have, I'm checking because here you have certificates, so I suppose that you need to be identified, and so I don't have any business. Okay, but great, it seems to be there already. Raymond, so how will it work? You have this one, you type Verifactu Odoo, you will find the blog quite high in the list, and you can check that. I wasn't aware of that system for Spain, but it's good. Looks like we already have it, and as I was saying, usually those kind of stuff we have it if it's mandatory. So same rule here. It seems to be really what we do. Okay, another question from LinkedIn. Ratnakumar is asking, what is the use of being an accountant partner? I can tell you. There are many reasons for doing that. First, you are going to touch a completely new user base. So we have millions of customers, and I don't know about your country, but if I have a look at the 15 last years, we have been Australia. Okay, it's the same person as before. Okay, thanks a lot, Arthur. So we have been growing like anything the last 7-8 years. I think that the numbers average should be 50% per year. So we are growing a lot. It means that in every country we are there, or even the ones for which we don't have an office. But you mentioned Australia. We are there in Australia. We invest a lot just to comply with regulations, have I don't know, the right accounting, the right payroll, the right solutions for the business. And among other things, we want to onboard users, but also the companies that are going to support these users for some specific aspects. So that's why we have partners that are all around the world implementing Odoo. And then these partners, they don't always have the accounting knowledge. It's not their goal. It's not their job. So a few years ago, we started saying, okay, you know what? We have a good accounting package. So we claim that we can offer things for free for your user base, the same user that you have as an accountant. So stop using your product that costs something like $20 a month or maybe more, and go on Odoo. It's free. As an accountant, we give you access for free to the accounting tools, because it will be cheaper for you. It will be better because we propose other solutions than just the accounting. For your client, it will be cheaper as well. And you are going to see a really modern tool for the accounting. With OCR, with a connection with banks, with payments starting from the ERP software. So you have lots of reasons why you want to become an accounting partner. Second reason, I can tell you that I was in contact with a client on Tuesday. He told me this. It's a client that is in Belgium and Germany. And he told me in Belgium it's fine because we have an accountant that is okay using Odoo, but in Germany it's so, and we are thinking about replacing him. And so in that case, what we say is, okay, we don't want to push your accountant outside of Odoo. That's not a sufficient reason. But if you are looking for another one, you go here and you go on your country, and you will find one of the accountants that we support and that support us and that are proposing accounting services on Odoo. So it's a give and take where you, for free, you can use our software, you can use the e-learning platform, you have access to the documentation, you have access to the databases. You have, I cannot show that here because I'm not a fiduciary myself, but when you go on odoo.com, my database here, you have access to lots of tools that allow you to manage clusters of databases, because when you have 200 items here, I only have 10, but when you have 200, you of course have things that you want to do by saying, okay, the tax report, I would like to for all the people that have an icon here or a number, I would like to manage the tax report for all those people. So I'm selecting them, I'm saying, please send the tax report. You know, those kind of things. So yeah, we are going to more and more have those kind of initiatives where we have specific partner types. Here, partner type is being an accountant working with Odoo. We'll have that everywhere, and I think the huge benefit for you is not having a cost per client, possibility to focus on the rest of the job, like not data on coding, because we have the OCR, we have lots of tools that automate the job for you, and focusing on the added value that you can bring to your client. Less cost, clients happier, possibilities to work with an ERP software instead of just an application that does strictly the accounting. So I'm stopping there, but I'm pretty sure that if that was a good question for Winan last week, I would be afraid of missing a lot of important things to mention about the role of an accountant and why it would be useful to use Odoo for you compared to the existing solution. Maybe in some countries, I need to mention this one, is the very important link that you have. It's not the case in Belgium, but in France, Switzerland, maybe Australia, by the way, you have a strong link between the payroll and the accounting. So usually accounting firms in some countries, they also manage the payroll for other companies. And we have that as well in Odoo, payroll plus accounting. So so that people use, again, the same software where they have the employees logged, where they have the possibility to take their day off. So everything is integrated in that solution. So those places are also important. So if you have a fiduciary that works also on the payroll side, that is also a real added value that you bring to the network, because we need those kind of companies. You will find lots of examples during the Odoo experience, if you have the opportunity to join, of existing accounting firms that testify, that mention on how happy they are working with us, because it brought them a lot of business, because our company is growing and the user base is growing. So take my word for it, but otherwise listen to the fiduciaries that work already with us, among which a few big fours. Okay. LinkedIn, another question from Ashish. One product is in one warehouse and another product is in another warehouse. Can we sell or purchase both together in one invoice? Yes. Wait. I'm saying yes, but can we? Yes, but you are going to use some cross-docking, some solution where in Odoo, I don't know if I will have the opportunity to create that setup, because I want to say yes by default. Let me check if we have a few routes like those ones. Archive. So if you want to deliver someone, one thing that you can see here is that usually in the other info there you have one warehouse. So things will go from that warehouse and not several ones. But what you can do is have a cross-docking warehouse where things go and it pulls the goods from two other warehouses. That could work. I think the routes are a bit complex to make, but I think it would work. Can we try? Yeah, we can try. It's not a place where I'm very good, but I am willing to give it a try. So let's create a cross-docking warehouse. I don't know, maybe if I were to discuss with one of our inventory experts, he would tell me, oh, but that was super simple, you missed it, there was an easy answer. That's possible, but I'm not warehouse superstar. Okay, cross-docking, and I will create a second warehouse. But the second thing that I have that maybe is going to block me, let me check, is the fact that it's not going to check the stock levels. But so I will assume that you know that your products are always for one product in main warehouse and the second in the second warehouse. So I could create a route that would say, do we have something like second warehouse, blah blah blah, main warehouse? Okay. Where we would have, let's meet at the cross-docking, and we supply the main warehouse, and we say that on the product we are going to use rules, and we say we are going to pull from, and so it's the cross-dock warehouse, not the main one, cross-dock warehouse receptions. We are going not to have it from the vendor, or I should say internal instead. Internal transfer. We receive it from here, the second warehouse stock. It goes to my warehouse here, and we say what? Okay, take or trigger another rule. Okay, so here it's second warehouse to cross-dock. I'm going to do another one, same, but main warehouse, so main warehouse to cross-dock. We do the same, so it would be cross-dock internal again, but it's just the regular stock. Oops, sorry, here stock again. We'll see if it works. Huh? I don't know, maybe I'm wondering things that I shouldn't, but I like your little challenge, guys. So we pull the information, so that what it says is here, when I need to deliver something here in that stock place, because I want to, and that's maybe something I should start with, deliver customer. I can say I'm going to pull from, and I'm going to make a delivery. Oops. Delivery here. Yes, sequence. Oh, no, but yeah, cross-docking from customer trigger another rule. I'm going to say that when I want to deliver that place, I will do it from here, and in order to deliver that place, I will do it from there and there. And here, as I know that my product will be located at different places, I will be able to mention it. Let's do that. I will call my product very evidently main warehouse product. It's by quantity. I will create a few in here in my main warehouse. I have 10 over there. I create my, oh, I needed to change something. Main warehouse product, where is it located? Yes, here. I needed to say in the inventory, we buy, and we are going to meet at the cross-docking as well. Yes, it is correct. I just have doubt now on the way we do it. I should maybe do it in two different rules, in two different routes, sorry. We'll see. We'll see if it works. I maybe have to split my thing, this thing after. Okay, so we have that main warehouse product. We can duplicate that one. Here's a second warehouse product. And this one, we are going to store it this time here in the second warehouse. So stock, second warehouse, we have 20 this time. Okay, so we have this, and inventory is the same. I wonder if I shouldn't use two different routes so that it pulls it from different places, but we will check that. Okay, so let's have a look, and let's sell one of each to that guy. And in that case, I need to, okay, let's put product one here, and main warehouse product one over there, and still the analytics, of course. And we say not main warehouse, but cross-docking warehouse. Let's see what it says. Confirming, it's telling me, yeah, you have an error. I don't know how to replenish this one to second warehouse stock, and this one to second warehouse stock for both. Verify the routes. So usually when you have this, it means you try to deliver someone, and here it's the customer, and there is an issue because I won't be able to make sense of what you're asking me. So one way we can debug that is going here on the second warehouse product and check in the inventory the diagram for second warehouse. So I should check it for the second warehouse here. Yeah, blah blah, that I don't care so much. Okay. So what do? When we want to deliver it to the customer, we make a delivery order from the stock. We pull it from the second warehouse, and the second warehouse we should have a reception. That is weird because it looks like this is doable. I wonder what I have that is not making this work. Here we cannot replenish that second warehouse product in second warehouse stock. Let me check second warehouse stock, but we have the reception here, but maybe I didn't check that we could buy it. Is that correct? Let's go here, inventory. No, I have buy as well. So I'm curious about what I did here. I'm going to split the route in two because anyway I'm not sure of the way it was done. So it was, let's meet at the CD. And there I'm going to use this customer stock, and there, yes, I'm going to remove those two. And I'm going to say from some warehouse to CD. Okay. So I'm redoing the same, but I'm putting it as a root instead of as a rule. Warehouse to CD, okay. Pull from operation type, nope. So I need to redo what I've been doing before. Cross-docking, and then second warehouse. Stock, alright. Trigger another rule. Do we need to trigger another rule here? No, that would be take from stock, in fact. Maybe that's where I had something. So here we take it from the stock. Let's try this one, and then we duplicate, because it will be from main warehouse to CD this time. And I'm going to use this one, again, changing from main warehouse to CD, and here it's the other one, warehouse stock. Here, take from stock. Let's retry doing this. Now I'm going to bring a little change, saying that this one, in terms of inventory, we go here because it's second warehouse. I'm not sure it's the most efficient. That is one of the places when you want to discover those kind of things and answer better than I'm doing right now. One thing I can tell you is go to the master classes about inventory. I didn't do, and you can feel it here. Okay, let's go here. Can I here deliver cross-docking warehouse? All right, confirm. This time at least it could confirm. 3 deliveries sounds good. Let's see. So I can have here warehouse stock to cross-docking, the other one to cross-docking, and cross-docking to customer. It looks like I made it work. Second warehouse product, first main warehouse product, and they are both here. Cool. I like when we have a success like this. It's not easy. It's maybe not exactly the configuration that you want, but there's a way you can do that. And if you tell me, yeah, but I'm not using cross-docking, and I want to have 2 delivery orders, then it would be maybe a bit different. But do we have a solution for that, since it would be always linked to one warehouse? I'm not sure that we will have a solution there, because you have the warehouse here is only one value, so I think you wouldn't have the choice. Let me check. Or maybe we can try that if it's coming from 2 different places. I'm not sure, because it would make no sense to select a warehouse here and have a movement that comes from another warehouse. But maybe you can cheat the system. Okay, that's maybe an exercise for on your side. You can maybe cheat the system by creating rules or routes that are linked to a warehouse, but that use stock locations of warehouse that don't have anything to do. So that Odoo would generate 2 delivery orders that are related to different warehouses. That's an exercise on your side, but this one, at least, that is a potential solution. Okay, another question from yes, okay, Raymond from Verifactu saying thanks for the answer. I have another question. If I have a product that I have to pay the VAT, but also have to pay a small fixed amount for the product, Canon Digital printer cost. Yeah, we have the same. So you have kind of a fixed tax rate per product, eco taxes kind of stuff. We have the same in Belgium, but the thing is, we don't offer that in the standard package. I'm going to show you why. Am I in Belgium here with this one? Company, yeah, Belgium. Okay. If I have a look at the taxes that we use, taxes here, you see we have a limited, although it's quite important, but I'm going to just show the sales one. Okay, we have 14 sales tax. But if I want to create a new tax that would be a flat tax, because it's an eco tax of some sort, you can say tax scope is on the goods, and you have an amount that would be not in percentage this time, but with a fixed amount. And there you will have it, and it's 1.2 euro, for example. And how is it eco tax? Let's call it that way, because it's always a few euros per goods, and this one. You can have it there and report for the right place in your tax grid, because although they have a different amount, they all go in the same place in your tax grid. So tax grid, maybe I should explain that. When you go here, tax report, that's what you mean. This is grid 01, the grid 45. So those are different grid names in Belgium, but it works the same way. Maybe you don't call that tax grid, but it works the same way in almost every country. So that is what you can do. The only thing is that you need to import them, and you need to import them as taxes and then as taxes on the product. So you have 2 steps of import there. I don't know if you have something like Ecotax, Odoo, Spain, something like this. I don't know if you have something like this, but maybe somebody already created that because you call it. No, it doesn't have. Maybe it has a name on our side. In Belgium, what's the name of the eco-taxes that we have in Belgium when you buy a printer, when you buy a digital product, or not digital, but typically a cell phone? What's the name? You know, you have the one that is called Reprobel, because for the printers you have that one because you Recupel. Yes, thanks. Yeah, okay. But it was Recupel I'm looking for. Yes, Recupel and Bebat, and I think that's the kind of thing that we have. Yeah. Okay. But let's work on Recupel. And here you have the setup. It was based on another version of Odoo, but you see it's the same. It's amount. It's fixed amount. Tax computation. Yeah, here. Okay, if it's a product by the meter, then that's a different configuration. But you have a few things. You can reuse that. It's the way it is called in Belgium, those kind of taxes. So you have this. That's maybe what I was looking for, because I had a feeling that this one was existing. And I think that here they even have a module. I'm going to download it for version 16, but I have the feeling that I have one where they have all the different taxes points. So maybe that module is about importing. So let me check data. Recupel out. Yeah, okay, it's a very, very long file with all the taxes. So that's it. They have the eco tax. Let me check the amount here if we have it. Do we have it? Yeah, 08264, and it's that particular Recupel. Then 8264, that's maybe for purchase and sale, 03. So you have all those ones. So you can maybe take some information from here. It's from Belgium, so the amounts are maybe different, but the way of working or the way of configuring is the same. But if they did it DOCA, maybe you can go on GitHub on their repository, because I know the community is very active in Spain, so maybe you have it there. So it would be in accounting, or no, Spain. You have Elton and Spain. Yes, that's the one. And do we have it? Then you are going to tell me if that's somewhere here, because you didn't give me the name of that in Spain. That's maybe somewhere here that you will find that. One way I could check that is having a look again. Not here. I can take it from there. Wait a second. I'm going to reopen the file that I already have on my computer over here, because I'm looking for what it creates. Because if I have a look at what it creates from here, so it's tax templates. Yeah. So we only create tax templates. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have a look at this because I suppose that if I'm looking for that here, I'm going to find a few. We don't have it. We don't have places where we mention tax templates, but maybe that's because it's a version problem. No, it's version 18. Do we still use tax template in version 18? I'm not sure, so we need to check that in our own code, because maybe the type of object changed. No, we still do use it. No, we don't have it in. That's maybe a remnants of previous things, because we don't have XML files. So I guess it's maybe different. We need to check for account tax instead of account tax template. Account tax, but there I'm going to have a lot of things. Let's have a look at the XML. No, there we only have a tax. It doesn't look like they have it for Spain, because here it's just about one new tax. I'll let you investigate that, because I'm not a superstar in Spanish VAT, but you can check that. Was it Ricardo? I'm not sure about your name anymore. But that's maybe the place where you can go to. Same configuration as what we have in Belgium. You will find, I think, what you need over there. Okay, last question that I received in the list is from YouTube. Master Gav is saying, hi there, is there any formal documentation I can refer to? Yes, you have, when I'm asked about documentation, it's always the same. No worries, I'm answering. We have the documentation here, and there you have different types of documentation on the left. You have the user doc, you have the database management, you have the developer doc, and your own way of contributing and helping us. But so depending on if you have more like questions related to functional stuff on Odoo or technical one, you'll go one place or the other. Other possibility, it's not documentation, but it's how to learn Odoo. It sometimes, well, very often goes hand in hand. In that case, that's where you can go. You have lots of existing courses. If you click on all quests here, I'm always saying that. I had a question like 2 weeks ago. How do I start learning Odoo? One of the ways, if you like videos and you are okay redoing the exercises that we have, you can go here and follow all of those at least until you reach surveys or maybe the business cases. So you can go read from top left to bottom right, and you will learn a lot on how to use Odoo on the SaaS, and that is already a few weeks of work. If you have a look at the hours, maybe not a few weeks, but at least one, if you want to not only watch, but redo things. Okay, and the tax is, when you said Canon Digital, it was the name of the tax, it was not the product that you plan to purchase. Going back to the previous question, do we have something like this? Canon, Canonical, yes. Yeah, that is completely different. Let's check. No, it doesn't look like we have this for Spain, but what I can do is make another search, Odoo Canon Spain. Okay. EcoMBS. Canon here. Canon. Okay. So it looks like this one is there. It's for version 13 and not after. That's curious. Let me check if we have something again in the OCA, because it's EcoMBS. No, nothing here. Okay, it's a migration thing. Do we have it? Maybe we have something there. Let me check again. Apps. Do we have some EcoMBS stuff in Odoo? No. Because if it's necessary. I'm curious that it was for version 13 and not more than this. So maybe I can go there and have a look at the issue that they have, because they mentioned a migration. And okay, what they say here. Any activity on this pull request, but okay, that's automated. Because I'm curious about what was accomplished. Maybe it's about removing the thing. Files changed. I don't know. Okay, you had things like here, eco materials. Okay, that's weird. That if it's still there, that there's nothing. Yeah, version 13 as well. Checking the other ones that did it 1 year ago. Yeah, okay. Okay, a new ticket. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any other answer to this one. I'm astonished that if it's a real thing still active, why don't we have something here? Was it replaced? The Spanish community is quite active on Odoo, so I'm sure that they have a solution. just don't know what solution. Let me retry that. If I go here, Coembase, do we have another one? No, it's the only one. But if I type Canon, SEO peer 1 canonical URL, so nothing to do with that. Okay, so it's a good question for Spanish localization or Spanish people. I'm astonished, but if I want to go back to this one and same job, I'm downloading it, I wouldn't be surprised that as for the rest, no, we have models. Okay, we have lots of models changes, date expiry, comments. Okay. I'm astonished that they don't have that for further versions if it's still existing. Like we will be soon in version 19. So this one dates back 6 years ago. If it's necessary and that all of Spanish clients need it, I'm curious that it didn't, that it wasn't upgraded. So that is why it's strange that it was not there. Maybe some pull requests here. Yeah, everything was done on version 13. Okay. Yeah, so the goal was to upgrade it here. Okay, yeah. Goal to upgrade it in version 16 in the development, but not done yet. So if I go back to the Spanish thing and looking for it, I guess I'm not going to find anything because it was. I should have to trust the search on GitHub. I'm not a developer or expert in GitHub, so I can find my way out. But maybe there are a few obvious things that I'm not doing. So don't worry if you are a developer. Don't blame me. I'm just checking if there's a way I can find that kind of thing. So 18, no, but we say 16. I saw it in another place, but it was on another repository here from one particular partner. So yeah, it's not there. Good question for the community or the guys that developed it, knowing if there's a replacement for this one. Maybe we have the time for a last question. On LinkedIn, Aniket is asking, in the Odoo community, Odoo accounting module, how can I configure multiple sequences code for customer invoices based on different companies or branches? I've already configured prefixes for each company branch in sale orders and purchase orders. Is it possible to manage such company-wise or branch-wise invoice sequence directly within the accounting module? Branch-wise, no. Company-wise, yes. Or at least that's what I think. Because usually, the sequence depends on the journal, and the journal is going to be the same per branch, but you could select it manually yourself. But I'm going to make another example here with a sales journal number 2. I'm going to say it's a sales journal, and you have a prefix. I'm going to say inv2 or yeah, inv2. Let's say I wanted to put Aniket, but it's not big enough, this one. All right, let's go. We have journals in terms of sales journals. Yeah, let's regroup so that we can see it next to each other. We have two sales journal, sales and sales journal number 2, and you see it's inv and inv2. Maybe I'll remove this one because I see if it's inv, I will remove the slash. So that's what we have. The first invoice here, you see the ones that were existing on the previous journal is inv slash something. Now if I create something like a new invoice for someone else, maybe not the tips, let me find something else, booking fees, great. If I select the other journals, other journal without S, here you have it, you have invoice number 2, and so you have a different sequence, sequence here being different than the other one. The only thing is that here I selected it manually. I don't think that we have something automated to say that the second journal should be used in case of things being sold by the other branch. Let me check. Doesn't look like we have something like this. Now what we could do is use some defaults in Odoo to say things like when I'm creating a new order for here one specific branch that we are going to find somewhere Okay, we don't have the company here. That's maybe because I'm not in multi-company, multi-branch setup. So let's go in the companies and let's create two sub-company, branch 1. Okay. No, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to create a branch of the parent company, branch 1. All right, and branch 2. That's maybe the best in terms of creation, blah, blah. So I have different branches here, 1 and 2. And do I have default setups for them? Nope. Company name, partner, branches, no. All right. Now that I have this, what I can say, because I added that new, let's say technically those are companies because it's a model companies in Odoo, but those are branches of the same company. If I go here and I create something new, you will see that now I have access to the company information. And I could say that when it is a new invoice for that company, I should use another journal. I could do it two ways. Here using, do we still have use defaults or default values, set default values? I could say journal, do we have the journal? Yeah, no, sales team. Do we have the journal sales when, we don't have when condition company or branch is that one. So I will do it differently because I'm not sure that this one would be the best. What we can do is create an automation rule that is the following. Assign right. It's even easier. Wait. Maybe I should rely on the journal's information itself. Let's go here and say that this one should be, yeah, it's linked to the company, it's not linked to the branch. Okay, so I cannot rely on this one. Yeah, I cannot change that. It's always linked to a company. So I cannot make this any simpler. I have to really create an automation rule. Select right journal and we go for account move because it's a invoice. And when we say we on creation or on UI change, but I will say on creation, when we create something, a new move that is of type customer, so journal entry, no customer invoice. When it's a customer invoice, we are going to say we update the record and we put the journal is sales, but only in that case if the branch, no, we don't have branch, it's company. Company is in branch 1. Oops, there we go. And we duplicate that because we want the same but with branch 2 this time with another journal. We want sales 2, it was different, such more, sales 2, okay, there we go. So now if I go there, invoices, there's maybe something simpler. I'm sorry if it's the case. Let's select it here. I have other info over there, branch 1. Okay, it's still a sales journal. If I'm going here, creating the same for someone else, not branch 1, for here, other info, I'm going to branch 2. It's still keeping sales. Why? Maybe I didn't select. I think my equals branch 2. That's weird. I should have a record here. It says customer invoice branch 2. I have 0 records. While it is here a company branch 2, it's a customer invoice. I'm on the sales database. That's something that is missing. That's something weird. Company ID in 3. Yes. Customer invoices. Yes. I'm astonished. Okay, branch 2. It's not saving. And what if I put something here? Yeah. That's fun. Let me check that. Journal. Yes, it's journal ID to the right value. The the weirdest thing is that it's even just this, because the type is correct and it doesn't find the invoice. Ah, wait. Is it that I have a multi-company issue and cannot find it? I suppose the error that I have is this one, and that if I remove this, I will find them all. Okay, so it's really about the branch stuff. It's not branch, it's company ID, yes. I'm going to try with the other one again. Right here, it still says 0. Okay, they are not technically linked to the branch. That is weird. I wouldn't expect that. Because here, it's company ID field, it contains branch number 2. Yes. Okay, no, not studio. That's not what I wanted. All right. Branch 1, that's maybe why. Okay. If you want to see all, that's maybe why. Just the access rights. Let's retry this one with branch 2. Yeah, okay, I got one record. Okay, that's it. Let's retry this one again. Right here, no, not on one that is already existing. Still, okay, we need to find another way to do that and to force it, saying if it's branch 2. Okay, you need a bit of sudoing to avoid the access rights so that it changes this correctly. Because here now, if I go back to branch 2 only, branch 2, yes, I have 2, and changing information here, just adding a product. It's not changing that, while, however, we still have 2 records, among which the one that I have right now. So that is a bit weird. So the selection is correct, but not the action. Let me add another action that would be executing some code on my side. Record. Right, I'm going to do the same, so I'm not expecting this to work directly any differently. Journal ID, and I guess it would be something like 12, 13, I don't know which journal it is. 16, alright, X16, let's try this one. But it's exactly the same, so there's no reason for this one to work better than the other. It was, no, I'm stupid, it's on creation. No, I can try lots of things, it's not going to work. It's on create and edit. Okay. Alright. Reedit the domain. That I could try for ages, it's not going to work if I do this. A new rule. Company is branch 2. Okay. Let's retry this one, changing just the date, for example. It's thinking. It's thinking when it does that. Yes, I know what's happening. So I think that what we have here, you see, it's still thinking. I think I made a mistake, and that we are writing, and so as we are writing, we recheck this one, so we rewrite and then we rewrite, because I have 2 codes that do the same thing. I guess here we wrote a few thousand of times. I'm going to remove my execute code and see if it's going any faster. Going there. No, it's still taking some time. So I should maybe do it based on... It's working now, selecting the right journal, but it's a bit long. So it's maybe better to do it not trigger on create and edit, but UI change and changing the value of the client, for example. But you get it. You can have not different sequence, but different journal, and then because you have different journal, you have different sequences. All right, guys, that was the last question of the day. We have, as usual, another meeting next week, same time, same place. I hope that you enjoyed the show as usual. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.